Hello! How do you do? I do. I do alright. It's a little late in the day. I planned on doing this earlier. Got a little nauseous. So I spent some time outside, did some grounding, and once I sat there with my feet in the dirt for a spell, happy to report, feel better. So, just hanging out. It's a peculiar day in Sally, Oregon. It's windy. I had to go out and do some 3D stuff earlier. And got to pick up number 25. Welcome to the group. Little same vibe tribe. We're all the same freaks here, same frequency. You and me. We all vibe high. And if we're not vibing high, it's our own fault. And there's things we can do. So the reason why I decided to come on late and do this is because I made notes earlier. Otherwise, and I didn't want to lose the feeling behind my overall coverall. Plus, I already wrote the date, so I can't mess with that. It's locked and dialed in. So I was thinking today, you know, one of the places my character defects really shows, you can really see where I am in my path, is when I drive. I love to drive. I've always loved to drive. I've been a driver. I got my driver's license on my 16th birthday, and I've been driving ever since. All over. Anyway. And what I notice is, I mean, it's always been effective. I've never been a big bird flipper, because I think it looks stupid. Plus, I don't know. I just always thought it was stupid until a couple years ago, and it occurred to me how effective a nice hearty. Oh, I meant to do that off camera. Nice hearty. I'm a little embarrassed. But you get it really. I mean, you don't even have to. My point is, you don't even got to see what I'm doing to know what I'm doing, because it's all encompassing, really. So, but now it's been drawn attention to me that I am in fact a light worker. I can't behave like that so much. I'm also Aries, so sometimes I will digress, but for the most part, I can't do that anymore. So what I found is a more jovial, lighthearted way. Maybe one day I'll do nothing, but it's baby steps, folks. A nice-hearted, jovial. Back to playground justice, y'all. Over bird flips. Raspberries over bird flips. That is today's icebreaker. Second thought. I often talk about how important it is to speak to speak. I haven't been speaking to speak. And when I say speak to speak, I'll give you a little example. Welcome to my tiny tube. I'm glad that you are here. This is a little teensy tiny tube. Inclusion does not require membership. It's a new time on the new earth. That sounds crazy. It's freaking a lot. Frequencies raising. Our vibrations are getting higher and higher. There's a bunch of people that have volunteered to freaking wake up at a certain point in time. Stand up, start spewing your truth. Start spewing your truth. Even if your truth is not popular, not mainstream, do it, because somebody's got to hear it someplace. Everybody's got a space for their place. And the higher you vibe, and the wider your tribe, light beats dark every time. There's so many good things happening today. Maybe that's why I'm a little nauseous. Overly kind of makes me meh. But I love it. I mean, I love it. All this good feeling makes me surly. I don't like feeling good. That's why I had turned to alcohol for so long, because I don't like bliss. It is not my comfortable state. Now it is, but for a long time it wasn't. And I didn't think I deserved it, but now I do, so things are different. Today is Gary Zukav's birthday. Google him. I saw his first interview when I was about 12. The first time he was on Oprah. He lives in Mount Shasta. That's the artist's first chakra. It's also where I cracked open my first chakra. Alright, moving on. Communicating effectively. So this is something I'm learning more about. Authentic inquiry to ourselves. Those two kind of go together. Authentic inquiry to ourselves. This is the scary part about self-mastery that I found. You know, nobody likes to admit when they're wrong. Nobody likes looking at the gross shit. They don't. I freaking hate making amends. I make amends. I freaking hate it. Eating crow is what they call it. Eat crow. That's why I'm always careful about what I say to people. People think I don't. They think I just ramble off and say stupid stuff, and then it's like mean and hurtful. I'm a deliberate person. I do everything deliberately. And people are like, you shouldn't tell people, hold your hand. Don't show people your hand like that. Don't show them what kind of cards you got. Whatever. Come get me. Anyway. So, sometimes we do things, a lot of times we do stuff that comes out just sideways. There's something that's just bugging us, and we just take it out on the wrong person. So sometimes we gotta dig real deep to find out what's really bothering us. And the scariest part for me is talking about emotions is so uncomfortable as a spectrometer for me. I mean, I start doing this, and I'm processing 1,000,000 miles a minute, and most of the time I don't even say what I have on my mind, because it's just better to not. People think I just ramble stuff off. And the part that I do, you know, people don't think I hold my hands close to my hold it close, but I tell you what, it's that discernment from learning how to keep your mouth closed. To delving in deep, finding out what is triggering us and why, the source in which it's coming from, resolving that, working through that emotion, rising higher above it, And, you know, and from what I understand, I hear stories about how people, what you're supposed to do next is communicate those things. And what I found is oftentimes, and I've done it myself, I try not to, but I have done it. And I've done it in 2017. And granted, it was affected. I am still sorry. But in my case, the majority of the people that I've known have used what I've shared. The people that I've chosen to share with have used those fears and things against me. So that helped me work through a lot of stuff. That's why I'm like, I'll talk about anything. It doesn't bother me a bit. I'm an open book. What are you going to try and hurt my feelings? Watch some of my earlier videos. I'll be alright. I'm made for scrutiny. I'm made for it. I'm the most resilient person I know. Sometimes I get knocked down. Yeah, who doesn't? We all do. And sometimes we get knocked down by a feather. Sometimes it takes nothing. It's all in equilibrium, and it's all a balance. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be more selective of who I share my communication with. Who I have my because every exchange is an energy exchange. You go to the grocery market, you go to you go to the market, the food market, you go to the freaking what is it? They're all over the place. Now they're all trendy and yuppie. You go to the farmer's market. That's it. You go to the farmer's market, and every freaking interaction is an exchange. And you go to the freaking, like, a different vibe, for example, would be like the outlet store. And then you can even change the vibe and interject even more with geography of where that place is. That's a lot of choices. That's a lot of freaking people on the planet that I can't connect with. So it's cool that I got 25 that are occasionally willing to share some time and space with me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Which brings me to my next point, is find humor in any situation. And I don't think, there is no doubt about it, that is my saving grace. Humor in any situation. It can make people uncomfortable. I have been known to say really inappropriate things, and there has been, like, it's kind of like what I do. I like to lighten the situation a little bit. This was something I was going to say earlier, up after Raspberries versus bird flips, but I skipped it, so evidently I wasn't supposed to go in that order, so I'll go in this order. Avoiding how feelings feel. People spend a lot of money to avoid how their feelings feel. Retail therapy is a big one. And these are all things that I've done in my life. Retail therapy is big. Some people have over-exercised, would be another one. That is not me. I hate exercising. I like to stretch and do my own little go-goo that I've started. But it hurts. Maybe I'll do some weight training. I can do a back handspring from like a lay down position. Is that good? I don't know. there's so many people that are fit. I don't know and I've never been fit, so I don't know where the measure is anyway. But there you dive, and I touch on that, and it'll probably be one of my freaking main threads is the fact that you can always tell how people are in their world with their abundance. I've noticed that with when people, a lot of light workers start their ascension, they start purging a lot, I mean, all this stuff happens at different times, in different. I mean, it's like the same progressional markers. They just happen at different points for different people, and I think that's one of them is that light workers, they get to a certain point that they need very little. And it just, it's just easier. It's easy for me to measure people when they're really. I used to freaking hate people that had nice cars. And then I was like, well, that's a stupid reason to hate somebody. Why don't you just freaking get your own cars, and then you don't gotta worry about it. And that's what, one day I'll do that. One day, and I like fancy freaking cars too. And like I said earlier, I like to drive. So I will drive some nice cars. I will do that. I will drive them very fast. It will be a lot of fun for me. I'll also buy cars and freaking like, I don't know. I want to buy my old house in Omaha, so I have a home base there, and then like have people live in it and take care of it for me, that are like, and then when like my fellow tribe light workers like break down or something and need a place to stay, it's like centrally located, so they just go there and crash and use the tools to fix their car and do whatever. Get a warm meal, do some laundry, take a hot shower, hang out, watch some TV, stuff like that. So, I mean, that's what I'm going to do with my access, that kind of stuff. But so these places will never go like empty. I don't ever want to have mansions and all that. So that's just freaking extra shit to clean. I don't know why people want that stuff. I know they have housekeepers and nannies and stuff like that, but that's just stupid, gross. I don't want so much that I can't like handle it myself. You know what I mean? I don't want to. Yeah. Anyway, now I'm rambling off. So, goop my eyes. Y'all have a rad day, rad night. Who knows when this is going to upload, frankly, because bits and bytes are a little lame. So, it could go overnight. Who knows? You won't.